If you grew up watching movies, you probably spent a good chunk of your childhood absolutely terrified of quicksand. Hollywood made us believe that it's a sentient monster hiding in the woods, waiting to swallow you whole into a bottomless pit of death. But let's be honest. When was the last time you actually heard of someone dying because they got eaten by a puddle of wet sand? Today, we are breaking down the real science between ordinary sand and quicksand, and we'll give you the ultimate survival guide. Because as it turns out, Hollywood lied to you, and surviving quicksand is actually basic physics. First, let's look at the basic differences. To the naked eye, they might look exactly the same, but under a microscope, it's a completely different story. Ordinary sand is just a collection of tightly packed rock particles. Because they are dry, there is a high amount of friction between the grains. When you step on a beach, the sand particles lock together under your weight, distributing your load and keeping you above ground. That's why you can drive a heavy Jeep on a dry beach without sinking. Quicksand, however, is not a special type of soil. It's just regular sand that has been compromised by an underground water source, like a natural spring or a rising tide. When water forces its way up through the sand, it fills the gaps between the grains. The water separates the particles, completely destroying the friction. It looks solid, but it's a trap. In physics, quicksand is classified as a non-Newtonian fluid, specifically a thixotropic fluid. Now don't let the heavy science words bore you. Here is what it actually means. When quicksand is left alone, it looks perfectly solid. You could throw a light baseball on it, and it might just sit on the surface. But the second you apply sudden stress, like stepping on it with your full body weight, the viscosity drops instantly. The liquid and sand separate, and the ground suddenly turns into thick soup. Your foot plunges straight in because the loose sand can no longer support your weight. But the real danger isn't the sinking. It's what happens right after. Here is the ultimate truth that Hollywood completely ignored. It is physically impossible for a human to sink completely under quicksand. Let's look at the math. The average human body has a density of about 62 pounds per cubic foot. Quicksand, being a dense mix of rock and water, has a density of about 125 pounds per cubic foot. According to the laws of buoyancy, you can only sink in a fluid if you are denser than it. Because quicksand is twice as dense as you are, you will naturally float. At most, you will only sink up to your waist. So, why do people actually get hurt? It's not the sand that kills. It's panic, dehydration, or a rising ocean tide if you happen to get stuck on a coast. When people panic, they make the wrong moves. If you ever find yourself hiking in places like the southern Utah canyons, parts of Florida, or New England coasts and step into a patch of quicksand, here is the exact step-by-step guide to escaping smoothly. Step 1. Freeze and stop thrashing. Your instinct will tell you to frantically pull your legs out. Don't do it. Flailing around agitates the mixture, making it more liquid and causing you to sink faster. Furthermore, when you violently pull your leg up, it creates a massive vacuum seal. The sand settles tightly around your foot, locking it like wet cement. Trying to yank a foot out of a vacuum seal requires the same amount of force needed to lift a literal compact car. Just stay calm. Step 2. Lighten the load. Immediately drop your heavy hiking backpack, discard any heavy jackets, and if you can easily slit your feet out of heavy boots, do it. The less weight you carry, the higher you will float. Step 3. Lean back and spread the weight. This is the golden rule. Remember, you are lighter than the sand. Lean backwards slowly onto your back, just like you would float on water in a swimming pool. By increasing your surface area, you distribute your weight across the sand, and your lower body will naturally start to float back to the surface. Step 4. The slow backstroke. Once you are horizontal and floating on your back, gently wiggle your legs to let water flow back into the space around your feet, loosening the sand's grip. Then, use your arms to do a slow backstroke, gently paddling yourself backward until you reach solid ground. It takes time and patience, but it works every single time. So, the next time you see a movie character disappearing into a bottomless pit of mud, you can officially call out the bad physics. Quicksand isn't an inescapable death sentence. It's just a minor inconvenience if you know the science. If you found this survival guide useful, make sure to hit that like button, share this with your fellow hikers, and subscribe for more deep dives into science, myths, and survival. Stay safe out there, and see you in the next video.